What up? What up? What up? Oh yeah, it's your boy D Moat, and y'all already know
What?
it's about to go
Down.
down. You know why?
Why?
Because we broadcast from the boom, boom, boom. Woo! Let's get it, cracker back.
On this episode of Pioneer Perspective, we dive into the topic of grief. Grief is known as deep sorrow.
Grief, sadness, emptiness, isolation, depression, aggression, pain, and a lot of more words are all synonymous. Animals, beasts, any creature, fowls of the air, people, although they can look alike as a species, of course, they all are different within their species. There are groups, family, connectors. And what I mean by connectors or connecting is meaning that your energy is universally connected with someone else's. Sometimes they go away and sometimes they remain. Me personally, I like to think of pain to being linked to selfishness, which typically ensues from someone else's decision or something they decided to do or something that happened to somebody else. It's not often, and I can say rare, that you cause pain to yourself. Now, if you stab yourself, of course, that's going to hurt. I mean, but in other time, you cannot cause pain to yourself without hurting someone else. Losing a loved one, losing your marriage, your mate, your relationship, no longer being employed. Look, the tears, loneliness, fear, anxiety, trust, love, hate, anger, exhaustion supersedes any preparation that you thought that you had before this happened. Never having to endure such a pain, it could take you back to an embryonic stage, mentally, spiritually, just unable to control your mental state at times, unable to find the right words to say or the right time to say them, unable to generate enough energy just to be effective, to walk in your purpose. The biggest thing to me, and I think to everyone, is not having the control to control when an episode can happen. The time that your emotions hit you, you don't control that. See, 4.5 years ago for me, I don't know how I got out of the mind space and that mental place I was at. I got to a point in my life, in my grief, it was making me sick. I knew in my heart that I could not take another grieving session like that. I saddened myself, if that's even the phrase. Now, me, after my pops died, I decided I wasn't going to do that again. Try a different way to grieve. Just cry and just try to hide the pain when I could, like it wasn't there. I didn't want to cry myself to death. You know what I'm saying? I just went through that. I didn't want to go through that again. But doing that, I see that it creates a whole different issue. You don't know what to do. It's almost like learning how to walk all over again without the guidance. Now, me personally, I ain't bragging, but I know how to do a lot of stuff. I mean, I can play baseball, basketball, football, play poker, swim, golf, cut hair. I mean, I can do a whole bunch of stuff. I do realize, though, that I don't know how to grieve. I hate to grieve. Grieving just ain't one of those things I'm good at. I'm just not. And I understand and I know that grief is part of life. I just wish that there was a personalized blueprint for demo just to guide me through the process. I do know that there's a creator. He's the blueprint, right? And the creator has me covered. Blessings has already been bestowed upon me. They've been upon you. I believe that 100%. I know that 100%. You know that. You can see it. I can feel it. See, myself, I am a victim of grief. I myself, I have identified grief as a trigger. Your emotions can go from crying, hurting, to anger, intolerance, and erratic behavior, uncontrollable. If someone close to me passed or someone that I love and I'm close to and they lose someone, I'm deeply grieved. Closing remarks. Closing remarks. I'm not suicidal, y'all, but I am going to say this. Grief. is dangerous and detrimental and could be a cry for help. Because you were in a dark, lonely place and make a decision that you cannot take back, and after it's done, they'll say, you could have talked to them about it before making that decision that you couldn't take back. But by then, it's too late. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. We all grieve a little differently. And if you're offended by my grief, you don't understand pain. And that means that you would never reap the joy past your understanding.